Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. Okay, the first two problems are asking for reciprocal. So reciprocal is when you flip a fraction and the denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. For part B, you need to first change this into a fraction and then find the reciprocal of that fraction. You cannot just flip the fraction part and leave the two wholes. All right, when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. When it's a mixed number, you first want to change 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9 halves, and then you can multiply straight across. Keep in mind that I'm looking for simplified final answers. When you divide fractions, you're going to keep the first one the same, change the operation to multiplication, and flip the second fraction, find the reciprocal, so it was 1/4 and now it's 4/1. And now you can multiply and simplify. That gives you 10/4. You can simplify again. That gives me 5 halves, or if I wanted to just divide it, 2 and 5/10. Again, division, we're going to keep the first one the same, but it's not a fraction yet. So first you need to change it to a fraction, and then you can keep it the same, change it to multiplication, and flip your second fraction before you multiply. Now, when you are adding and subtracting fractions, you need common denominators. So here I'm going to change this to a fraction. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33 fourths minus 3/4. When they already have common denominators, great. Your answer is also going to be fourths, and all you need to worry about is 33 minus 3. When they are different denominators, then you have a couple choices. I personally would leave the 2 and the 7 off to the side. I'd say 2 plus 7 is 9, and then I'm going to add 2/3 and 3/4 together because I don't want giant numbers that I have to then multiply. So the way I come up with a common denominator is I list my 3's times tables. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I list my 4's times tables. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And I look for the least common multiple. These are the multiplication tables. They're multiples. Common means the same number and the smallest number that is the same in both lists. So 2/3, in order to change 3 to 12, I'm going to multiply it times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3/4, in order to change fourths to 12, so I'm going to multiply it times 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. Now that they are common denominators, I can just add my numerators. 8 plus 9 is 17. However, while it's okay to leave a fraction in improper form when it's just a fraction, it's not okay to have a mixed number of 9 and 17/12. So I'm going to change this and say, okay, 17 divided by 12. 12 goes into 17 one time with a remainder of 5. So 1 and 5/12 plus this original 9, that gives me 10 and 5/12. On the back, we have a recipe for a banana berry smoothie. How many more? How many more tells you that we are doing a subtraction problem. How many more cups of strawberries are used than bananas? Here is strawberries. Here is bananas. They do not have common denominators, so I need to change one of them or both of them before I can subtract. Fourths and halves, I know that if I list my 2's tables, 2, 4, I could really just change the 1/2, so I don't have to change both fractions. So 1 whole and a half is the same as 2/4. Then I can subtract those. 2 and 3/4 minus 1 and 2/4. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1, and I keep my denominator of fourths. For the next one, Margot added, this is new to the recipe, 3/4 cups of blackberries. She then says, I'm using the same amount of blackberries as raspberries. I need you to say, I agree, she's right, or I disagree, she's wrong, and explain why. You can do it in pictures, you can do it in words, you can change fractions to decimals, however you want to do it, but your explanation should say, I agree or disagree because, and then you should give me a reason why you agree or disagree. Last one. Margot wants the smoothie to have an even stronger banana taste. She uses 3 times the amount in the banana recipe. So go back and look at the recipe, figure out how many cups are bananas, and then do 3 times that number. And then you're done with your homework.